Jammin, the show that brings comedy and music together like Pete Waterman putting together a boy band, though hopefully we'll keep it together for the whole 30 minutes. My name's Rowland Rivron, and these are my drums. On bass, it's the man that put the stick in the middle of slap bass. It's Dave Catlin-Birch. On keyboards, he owns 12 pianos, lives on the 27th floor, and the removal men hate his guts. It's Richard Vranch. And first and special guest tonight, it's the man who has tried everything to get a #1 record in Europe. Please welcome lesbian duo, Tony Hawks. And please also welcome a man whose songs are good, but not quite as good as Joe Dolce's Shut Up in Your Face. I'll explain all later. Midge Ure! Welcome to Jammin. Tonight we're going to be answering the big questions. After Gabrielle didn't see eye to eye with her producer, did she just have to patch it up? And any truth in the rumour that Bill Clinton once turned up to the Irish peace process with a saxophone because he was told he'd be supporting the cause? Who, though, is helping me make sweet music today? Well, my first guest started his musical career in the mean world of rap. Not exactly gangster rap, more gangly rap. Nevertheless, stutter rap marked him out as the streets of his generation. It was a top 10 hit and led to the first of his many appearances on Top of the Pops, this time on stage. Normally, he was to be found sporting a pair of dealy boppers and looking very cool behind Dave Lee Travis. Since then, he's taken a fridge round Ireland, gone to Moldova to try and play their football team at tennis, and has travelled the world trying to get a #1 hit. All just for the sheer fun of it, and of course the large advances from his publishers. Fresh from One Hit Wonderland, please welcome Tony Hawks. Tony, it's been 15 years since stutter rap influenced a generation. A lot of us remember where we were when that came out, and I was nowhere near a radio or a record shop.
For 6 months.
Could you give us a little reminder of it? You know, just so we can get a bit up to speed with, well, the bulk of your career.
Well, it was a rap song, kind of a spoof of the Beastie Boys, so it loses a little bit in the unplugged version, but bear with me. Now, hey there, people, won't you lend an ear? 'Cause I've a story to tell, and I'm telling it here. I was born in a town in the great UK, from a baby to a boy to a man today. And I'm a musical man, and I'm a man of verse, but I got a little problem, and it's getting worse. My life was so well planned, surviving and a jiving in a funk band. 'Cause rapping, it's my bread and butter, but it's hard to rap when you're born with a stutter. Well, no one's ever seen what I mean. From the age of 13, we've all been caught in a mouth trap. So join with us and do the stutter rap.
More than a passing nod there to Young Guns and having some fun and all that.
Well, I think I may have preceded it. I think
really?
Probably wham-based themselves on me, I think.
You've been around the world.
Yes, I took on a bet. Someone said I was a one-hit wonder because that was a hit. And I said, well, look, I haven't finished living my life yet. I'll probably have another hit. And the bet was I had to have a hit, top 20 hit, somewhere in the world within 2 years. And that's pretty much what I've spent the last 2 years of my life trying to do. I had a chance meeting with Norman Wisdom, who's 87 years old. He's now 88. And I don't know whether you know this, but he's huge in Albania. They showed his films there for years. It's like a surreal sketch, but he's huge there. And I thought, if I could persuade him to do a duet with me, we're guaranteed to have a hit in Albania. From Scutari to Karitsa, from Gjikastra to Barat, from Bologna to Tirana, I'm really where it's at. From the mountains to the Adriatic shore, I give my all and still they cry for more. I've made my name in many places, 1,000 falls, 1,000 faces, but nowhere's more devoted than Albania, 'cause they've got Norman mania. I may be way off track, but I love Albania back.
Yeah, Norman Rivron. My next musical guest began his pop life as lead singer with Slick, a band so popular they had their own comic strip in teen mag Look In. Midge's comic strip superpower was his razor-sharp sideburns and super-hold gel spray that he would shoot from his wrists to re-style crime. Then came Ultravox, whose single, Vienna, is fondly remembered by so many as that song that was number 2 when Shut Up Your Face was number 1. Midge denies he holds a grudge to Joe Dolce, yet strangely, Joe was not invited to sing on Do They Know It's Christmas. With Bob Geldof, Midge founded Band Aid and became famous around the world as the quiet bloke who didn't swear. His many hits include If I Was, Reap the Wild Wind, Love's Great Adventure, and Dancing with Tears in My Eyes, something that happens to me almost nightly. Please welcome the marvellous, million-selling Midge Ure. So, you played with Thin Lizzy?
I did,
How did that come about?
Well, I knew Philip. I used to go around his house and you know, jam things and do all the stuff that you did back then. But
Jam
I won't
things
go into
in
that.
what?
Jam things in jars.
All right.
And I was working on the Visage project in the studio, and Phil phoned up and said, "Look, hey, I'm in Arkansas. Gary Moore, the guitarist, has walked out the band. Can you get on Concord tomorrow?" And I'd never been to America, and within 24 hours I was on stage doing the whole Thin
Really?
Lizzy set in front of thousands and thousands of people.
How old were you?
23 or something. It was fabulous.
Jumping massively now to the Do They Know It's Christmas, the whole Band Aid thing. So you wrote the words, the song, I mean...
No, Bob wrote most of the words.
Right.
My main contribution to the lyrics was that originally he had, and there won't be snow. This is my impersonation of Bob.
Bob.
And there won't be snow in Ethiopia this Christmas.
Bob Dylan?
It's the same thing. They are one and the same person.
They are, aren't they?
And I thought, well, Ethiopia doesn't really
No.
scan. So my big contribution was, let's just change it to Africa,
Yeah.
which scanned. But I did my big contribution was the Z-Cars theme, the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
It is a bit Z-Cars, isn't it? You nicked it.
I don't care.
Should we have a quick burst of that?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Gig, there was a couple of people a bit confused about it.
I think we were all confused. After singing the Feed the World thing,
Yeah.
the big anthem, everyone's completely elated. You got shoved into little minivans and taken to the backstage area, which was actually Wembley Arena. And we're all sitting there going, God, that was brilliant. Wasn't that amazing? God, yeah. And I realised I was in this minivan with the two guys from Status Quo, Rossi and Parfa,
Right.
who are very funny guys. And it all went quiet, and one turned to the other and said, I don't get it. Why were we singing Feed the Welsh?
Ladies and gentlemen, Midge Ure.
I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care.
And what can I I say about my regular backing band? They are the wind beneath my wings. I'm blaming the gassy beer. It's Richard Vranch and Dave Catlin-Birch. Ever wondered where great modern songwriters manage to find their ideas? Well, normally they put their favourite record on, sit back, relax, and then jot down the tune, note for note, and then, well, just change the end a bit. So, Richard, what songs have you noticed have an uncanny likeness, only normally seen when Pete Burns and Victoria Beckham are standing next to each other?
Well, for variety, I thought I'd have a bit of classical music today, so Pachelbel's Cannon.
Who's that by?
Pachelbel. There's loads of pop songs that go with that, so let's have a bit of Pachelbel, please.
Oh, it's what the posh buskers do with
Posh
violins.
buskers,
It's
yeah.
a posh busker thing.
Yeah.
I know it.
Have you seen the old girl who walks the streets of London? Dirt in her hair and her clothes in rags, slip inside the eye of your mind. Don't you know you might find a better place to play? How sweet to be an idiot, which is a Neil Innes song, which Oasis had to pay a lot of money for because of I'm free to be whatever I want. All together now in no man's land, I could write one too, nobody can sue, because my song is Pachelbel all along.
Crazy Dave, bootleg Beatle Birch. What bass line are you going to throw at us this week that we're going to try and work out the tune that lies neatly above it? Just those 3 notes, is that it? It's quite a short...
That was 4 notes, actually.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I gave up after 3. I thought that it's very predictable.
Well, I can't say I blame you, but I can repeat them if you like.
Go on then.
Okay.
Over and over again. If you go down to the woods... Is that?
No.
It's not that. Okay. Anybody got any ideas of what it is?
If you can play it kind of a little bit faster.
Are you sure? Is it whatever he's just playing then? Adventures of the Shadows or Mike Oldfield, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it that one?
No!
Oh, bloody.
Could you play it really slowly, like every note takes 4 beats, okay? So,
Oh, yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I could listen to that all night and then my head would spin round and I'd go up and do something with someone in Hull. Right, okay. Anybody got any other
I've
ideas?
got another theory.
Yeah.
I think you need to play it quite slowly, sort of boom, boom, boom. I know that's not a very musical way of bringing you in, but...
No, it's perfectly fine. I am a professional. I understand all sorts of instruments.
It conveys tempo.
I didn't like to patronise you with a count.
Who you call an account?
Yes. No, it's going so well.
Yes, if you just start it off, I'll just come in. What's the matter, you? Got no respect. What are we doing? It's a nice old man. It's a nice old place. Outside of your face.
Yeah. Another one hit for Joe Dolce, ladies and gentlemen. No one could topple him. Dave, is it Shut Up Your Face, that #1 block-busting hit?
No!
It isn't. All right, put us out of our bloody misery. What is it?
Let's dance.
Oh, David
Put on
Bowie.
your red shoes and dance the blues. sway, sway through the crowd to an empty space. If you say run, I'll run with you. If you say hide, we'll hide. Because my love for you would break my heart in two. If you should fall into my arms, tremble like a
Oh, I could go on playing all night. Stop! Yeah, that was it. Let's dance. David Bowie.
I and I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care.
What makes a musician great? When Frank Sinatra sings, we're in the mood for love. When Kylie starts up, you know it's time for a dance. And when Krista Berg starts singing, you know you've fallen asleep in a pool of your own sick and at last to leave a disco. So, tonight we're going to take some songs, some great styles, and mix them up. Tony, is there a certain musical artiste whose canon you want to see Midge bring to life?
Yes, I'd like him to bring the work of Andrew Lloyd Webber to life.
Right, Midge, are you up for this?
I think I have to get back to my musical roots. Think Tartan.
All right.
Think White Heather Club. Think Andy Donald Where's Your Trousers Stewart.
Oh, yes, we want to hear a bit of that. We've got to. This will be a once-in-a-lifetime performance.
The end of my bloody career, that's what it is. The Phantom of the Opera is there inside your mind. Memory all alone in the midnight. I can do my smiling, let it live in the old days. Remember, and as heaven it was, let the memory live again. I close my eyes and draw back the curtain to see for certain any dream will do. Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is, I never left you all through my wild days. My mad existence, you keep your promise to keep your distance.
There you go, Andy Stewart sings Andrew Lloyd Webber. Now, we turn the tables. Tony, what song is uppermost in your thoughts right now?
Well, I'm feeling rather romantic, because I think If, you know the great David Gates song, If, I think that's dear to my heart at the
Made
moment.
famous by Kojak.
Yes, but it written by David Gates and...
Was it?
Yes. Let's not get into an argument in front of all these people.
Best not. You're taller than me, aren't you? Well, you're an alcoholic, so I'd win. And what sort of style, Midge, could we perform this song?
I think in the tradition of some fantastic Irish singers.
Yeah?
Like Bono, Phil Lynott, Boyzone.
Yeah, you ran out quite quickly there, didn't you?
Well, I think it has to be in the style of Reverend Ian Paisley.
Oh? That's novel.
If a picture paints 1,000 words, then why can't I paint you? The words will never show. The you I've come to know, tell me that now, come on. If a fish could launch 1,000 ships, then why will the British government not listen to us?
I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care.
When it comes to partying, musicians are the best. I'll never forget the time I was at Keith Moon's house. I was so drunk, I dived into his swimming pool and nearly knocked myself out on the bonnet of his Rolls Royce. Or the time when I went to Rod Stewart's house and got bitten when I tried to feed his leopard skin trousers. How old is that joke? When was the last time you was in a pair of them? Right, Midge, it's over to you. Now, your first solo number one, If I Was. I think you imagine being a number of things in that, don't you? A soldier, a painter, a poet, and so on.
A musician?
Yeah. Could we make some career changes in that particular song? What I'm thinking is that the other members of the band will come up with some other trades. We might be able to hoik it back to the number one place where it justly deserves to be. Right, let's do this. If I Was, yeah? First number one hit. Joe Dolce, nowhere to be seen. Licking his wounds.
This much talent.
Yeah. That much money.
1, 2, 1, 2.
If I was a soldier,
That's it, soldier. I remember that one.
captive arms I'd lay before her. If I was a sailor, 7 oceans I'd sail to her.
Okay, we got the gist of it, right? You mentioned the soldier and the sailor. That's fairly sort of predictable in a song, let's face it. Tony, off the top of your head, mate. Have you got a career that we could shoehorn into this song?
How about librarian?
Librarian, you say?
How about builder?
A librarian and a builder, right. Midge, over to you, librarian and a builder. 2, D, 4.
If I was a librarian,
Yeah.
I'd stamp her books and give her looks when she came back again.
Yes, number one, though.
If I was a builder, I'd show my crack at the bottom of my back. What? That would thrill her.
Hang on. There's more. All right, what about zookeeper? Ha! Yeah, go on, see if you can do it with zookeeper.
And also, how about cartographer?
Cartographer! What is that? Right. With something to do with maps, I think. 1, 2, you know what to do.
If I was a zookeeper,
Sounds good.
I'd tame the wild animal and beast in her.
Yeah.
If I was a cartographer,
Yeah.
I'd lay her flat and start to map the contours on her.
I just called to say, I love you. Yes, I do. I just called. I called to say just how much I care. Oh, oui.
So many cities have inspired great songs. The Clash penned London Calling, although they didn't make it clear whether it was an 0208 number or an 0207 number. Murray Head sang of One Night in Bangkok. That reminds me I must get some more ping pong balls. Why do you always associate ping pong balls with Bangkok? I know. But our two guests have penned songs of two of Europe's most beautiful cities. Midge with, of course, Vienna. And Tony searched his heart and came up with, what was it again?
Swindon.
So, it's what the EC have always wanted to know. Which city is actually the best? Swindon or Vienna? Right, OK, so let's start with a bit of Vienna. Get a nice mood going with that, because we haven't heard it for a while, have we? No disrespect? All right. Oh, here we go, we're off.
Walked in the cold air, freezing breath on the window pane, lying and waiting.
Where's the place where the shops are terrific, where the traffic lights shine and the roads are quite wide? Where's the place which is never so horrific, where you only feel down if a loved one has died?
Music is weaving. Haunting notes, pizzicato strings, a rhythm is calling.
Where's the place which has buildings all around you, where the steps go up but can also go down, where the M4 goes, where the water flows, where the one-way system's basically sound? Praise the Lord, it's great to be Swindon bound. Swindon bound.
Feeling is gonna lay you and die, it means nothing to me. This means nothing to me. Oh, yeah. This means nothing to me.
It means everything to me.
No, this means nothing to me.
It means bloody loads to me.
Oh, beginner.
No Swindon.
No, 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 Vienna.
Yes, 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 Swindon.
Oh, whatever you like. Yes.
I just called
Yeah!
to say I love you.
Ronan Keating once said, life is a roller coaster, by which I think he means it goes up and down, there's lots of screaming, and brownies are often sick down the back of your coat. But that's got nothing to do with our next round, unless the brownies in the audience can projectile vomit, though there is some screaming involved. We would like you, the audience, to shout out a word, then we, to the best of our musical ability, will come straight back with a song in which you will find that word. River.
A major.
River.
By the river of Babylon,
Yeah.
where we sat down. I don't know the words, but then again, I don't think they did.
By the river of Babylon. There you go, we're getting the idea. Okay, another word, please. Pardon? Wheel. Wheel. Something tells me we've been itching to do that. Anything else? Fig roll. No. Fig roll. Fig roll. Yes!
Glasses.
What did you say up there?
Alarm clock.
Alarm clock.
Yeah, I've got one of
Have
those.
you got one?
It's the old monkeys in D, you know, Daydream. Yeah.
All right, hang on.
Or I could hide neath the wings of the bluebird.
Tony,
as
do you know
she
this one?
sings.
Dave, you're in.
The 6 o'clock alarm clock would never ring.
There you go. Alarm clock. We got it. Well, sadly, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to do what I haven't done since I was asked if I'd like to see Courtney Love's Hole making loud noises on stage. That is, of course, to make my excuses and leave. So let's say farewell to Crazy Dave, Catlin-Birch and the electrifying Richard Vranch. And our more than special guests this week, Midge Ure and Tony Hawk.
Sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen?
Jammin was performed by Rowland Rivron, Richard Vranch, Dave Catlin-Birch, Tony Hawks and Midge Ure. The programme associates were Robin Ince and Dave Cohen, and the producer was Will Saunders. This week, Jammin was brought to you in association with Stevie Wonder's I Just Called to Say I Love You.